Oh,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Your first name?
My name is Nikita.
Okay, Nikita. How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. And the other lady in the dark? Hello, ma'am? All right. She's not getting her stuff together. You miss, what is your IG? Does it start with an M or an I?
It starts with
Nikita.
the M. It starts with the M. It's Miss Turner.
Oh, okay. We're going to go ahead. So, what are we talking about? We talking about boss chick, the side chick, or we talking about the cheating or lying? What are we talking about?
Well, I consider myself to be a boss chick. I'm 26,
Okay.
currently single. So, I mean, you were explaining to women that they are wasting their years being a boss chick. Why can't I build my life the way I want it without potentially just being a side chick?
What do you want?
A husband eventually.
Why eventually after what?
After I have what I need to be stable. Because, for example, let's take the baby situation, right? She now is.
No, let's not take that because that's not how most people live.
I feel like a lot of people do. I feel like
No,
a lot
no,
of people.
ma'am, no, ma'am, no, they don't. It's not how most people live. Most people aren't millionaires.
Right. That's true. That's true. That's true.
So you want a husband eventually.
I
After
do.
you have enough to be why? Okay. Eventually when?
Definitely before I hit 30.
What month is your birthday?
May.
So you turn 26 in May?
No, I will turn 27 this coming May.
Right. So in roughly 8 months, you'll be 27.
Correct.
So in 3 years and 8 months or so, you want to have a husband.
Yes.
How long do you think you will date somebody before you decide whether or not you should get married?
I don't think it's a time frame. I think it's more of compatibility and
No, that's not the question I asked. Come on,
um,
boss chick. Let's talk like bosses. Let's speak in the language of business, boss.
okay, let's do it. I would say 3 years minimum.
3 years minimum
Yeah,
of seeing somebody before you know that they're the person to marry.
correct.
So that means you got to hold 8 months to find that person. Come on, boss. Stay on the path, boss. Let's boss
That's
up. Let's boss up.
that's true. That's very.
Hold the phone steady, please. How many children do you want to have?
I want 2 children.
Right. And after you're pregnant and married with your first child, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
I do not. I would
Okay.
prefer to be
Okay,
at home
cool.
taking care of my kids.
Okay, so uh and what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
The percentage of the financial load of the family.
That means the two kids that you're staying home for. Because do you want to homeschool? Do you want your kids in public school, private school? What do you want?
I want homeschool.
Okay, so it means you're going to teach them.
Uh, I will teach them or find somebody to teach.
Uh-huh, right, right. But it's going to be a cost.
Right.
And homeschool until what age?
Um, un- until they go to ready to go to college, if that's what
All
they.
right, all right. So how long do you want to be married before you have your first child?
I want to be married for at least a year.
Okay, at least a year. So by your calculations, what the fuck do you need to be a boss for if you're going to be a stay-at-home wife?
What if my husband were to leave me? Then what?
According to what you just said, boss chick, 3 years of seeing somebody. And then after marriage, you don't want to hit a lick. You want to stay at home and raise your kids. That means he has to pay the bills. Then what are you the boss for? What is it doing for the bottom line for the family?
I can't be both.
What is it, man? Boss up. Don't ask me questions with questions, boss. I'm a shareholder. You're the CEO. Maximize profits. Why are we investing in a position that's not going to increase the bottom line? Why are we putting money into something that's not going to put money back into the family?
You got a point.
So I need to clarify. Let's back it down. Why is it that a woman who really wants to be a stay-at-home wife and homeschool her children talking about boss chick?
Is my only destiny in life is to be a mother, a wife. I can't be have my own business. I can't.
Where in what you just said is a business? Yes, let me go ahead and Clay. You ladies have been made to believe with all these entrepreneurs and boss chicks running around, these bitches are broke. They're living an Instagram fantasy life. Look at their balance
Not all of
sheets.
them. Not all
Excuse
of them.
me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me.
Okay.
Look at the census. Look at the average income. Go to blackdemographics.com. That tells the truth. 9% of black women earn $75,000 or more. 74% of black women earn less than $50,000 a year. The average black woman, don't shake your head, listen and learn.
Don't make me a statistic, though. I'm not a statistic.
You are a statistic. You're not special.
I'm special.
You're not special. You're one of 7 billion. Get over it. The vagina you have comes standard on each model. And the sooner you ladies learn that ain't nothing special about you until we decide it's special, the better off you'll be. Because everything you're talking about, becoming a boss and this and that in the business, how is it going to benefit the family? You just said, I want to homeschool my kids. And then turn around, here comes this feminist shit. Well, is all I'm supposed to be a mother? Why? Yes. If I said yes, why is that not the most important thing? How many women out there have businesses and everything else, and they have children that are in the streets, on drugs, on OnlyFans, doing ghetto gaggers?
Okay,
which one do you want to do? Excuse me. Not many. That's the point. So why do so what's more important? Your ego or your family?
It has nothing to do with my ego. My family.
Oh, it sounds like your ego. No. See, that's the problem. Choices and trade-offs. You cannot have it all. Nobody can. If you are out being a boss chick, who's schooling your children?
I mean, there's a lot of entrepreneurs who can sit on their ass and take care of their children.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, you don't know anybody. Excuse me. This is more of this fantasy stuff. I'm living this for real. I know the world. You're 26. Why don't you listen?
All right.
Because how many millionaires do you know?
Several.
How many female millionaires do you know?
Personally, none. That doesn't mean I can't be one.
What do you want to do? You want to have a successful family, or do you want to be a boss chick? Because you can't have both. See, this is a modern feminist programming running amok, because what she actually said up front is what her heart truly wants. She truly wants a family. She truly wants to school her children like the natural impulse, but the fear that's been placed into modern women. Fear, scarcity, and lack. Well, what if he does this? What if he does that? When 80% of the time when the divorce is filed, it's a woman filing it. Men aren't leaving relationships. It's you ladies, because you're dual-minded. You're chaotic. You want to be impressive to your friends instead of impressing and doing what you should do with your family and your man. Because these chicks you're talking about, all these boss chicks, I sit around and look at them all day. They're single as fuck, unhappy, and alone. They can get a lot of dick, a lot of attention. They can travel. They can make good Instagrams and good TikToks. But what they don't have is a family at this time of year.
Right. So you're saying I should just drop all?
I'm not saying. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I have my own business currently.
Okay. Where'd you go to college?
I went to Dominguez Hills out here in California.
What's your degree in?
Criminal justice. Useless degree, yes.
Criminal justice, communications, marketing, sociology, psychology. You can't make this shit up. And what's your business?
I have a car rental company.
A what?
Car rental company.
Car rental company. You rent cars?
I have cars of my own that I rent out. I have a car rental company.
How long have you had this business?
Going on a year now.
What did you do before that?
Work regular 9 to 5.
And how many cars? Do you have a fleet?
Yes, I have 6 cars in my fleet. Currently, 4 of them I own.
Is it a limousine company? Is it an executive car?
No, just mid-luxury to economy cars.
And what do you expect to, okay, and it's been up for a year?
Yes, it's been going strong for almost a year, yes.
Do you have any W-2 employees?
No, I work for my company.
Okay. So who are your drivers?
Um,
Not your drivers. So you rent cars.
yeah, so my cars really bring in money for me.
So what do you plan on doing with that in the next 5 years?
I'm planning on scaling it to the point where I'm out of it and I can sit at home with my kids.
Excuse me. Scaling it to what?
My personal goal is just have an exotic fleet.
Where's going to be the cash for the growth of this business? If you work standard 9 to 5, who's funding
I
this
don't work
business?
9 to 5 currently.
No, I said no. You said before you started this, you worked a 9 to 5.
Correct.
So where'd the seed money come from?
From my 9 to 5, I saved. I've always been financially responsible.
That's fine. But you're not doing the 9 to 5 anymore, right?
No, I'm not.
So your first year into your business, you've taken everything you put it into the business. What's the prognosis for the average small business inside the first year? How many of them fail?
I don't know. You would have to tell me.
You don't? Come on, boss.
Because I don't plan to fail.
Who does plan to fail? But that's why you have insurance, boss.
It's not an option.
Excuse me, man. It's a reality. And this is another thing you ladies need to stop talking. Like you all are fucking winners. Somebody comes in second. You have car insurance on these vehicles?
Of course.
Why? No one plans on getting into an accident.
Right, of course. But
you have it. But you have it because the statistics say this many cars, this kind of interaction, these are the possibilities. The same reason your insurance at 26 is cheaper than it is at 56. See, you ladies don't like the fact of the matter that reality is what it is, no matter how you feel about it. Small businesses, 80% fail inside the first year, especially first-time business. Ma'am, you said school year, then be quiet and listen. Or you can talk it. You can be strong, loud, and wrong. Go ahead. Because I'm not saying anything to hurt you. But why are you so defiant? I don't plan to fail. Well, ma'am, who does? All you need is a second round of Corona to fail. Oops.
Transportation is never going away. Everybody gonna need a car.
Man, a second. Your business thrived during the lockdown? Oops. No, it didn't. You didn't have it.
I didn't.
Right. And would it have thrived during the lockdown? When we're locked down, no one's going anywhere. That means nobody's renting a car.
Uber Eats, Uber.
Rental car. Excuse me, ma'am. That essential drivers don't rent cars. They own cars. See, this is what I'm saying.
Some of them do.
Talk like a boss.
I am. I'm letting you know.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're talking like a girl. Another lockdown of coronavirus, your business is in trouble because you have no employees, so you can't even really apply for big money on the Paycheck Protection Paycheck Protection Program. Another lockdown, the Delta variant. We're in the fall and winter. It's around here. Do you even know what's going on with the coronavirus, business owner? Do you understand how it's impacting business worldwide? And one more lockdown for a business, a car rental business. No one needs to rent cars because they have Uber, they have Lyft, they have Via. So you're saying that somebody rents a car to go drive Uber? Well, no one's going to rent a car to drive Uber in a lockdown.
They're going to rent my car to do Uber and Uber Eats.
This is why remember guys, I want you to go back to the audience. Remember why I said boss chicks fail and become side chicks? The word that starts with the E, ends with an O, right here below me. Ego is bigger than her head. She can't even hear. A man who has twice your age and far more experience in business, and you talking like you got the keys to life, and you had a 9 to 5 last year. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm I'm talking like I know I could be and will be something, and you are not
Who
definitely.
said, excuse you? See, that's another thing. You ladies think because someone tells you the realities about business, you're killing my dreams, you're crushing my dreams. Dreams are fine, but they need to be rooted in reality. You had to fund this business. Why? Because you didn't have the credit to go into a bank to get it. You didn't have the collateral to go into a bank to get
I
it.
actually
And
did. I
okay,
did.
and how much could, okay, and then why did, okay, you did?
How do you think I got
Okay,
4
you said,
cars?
no, you said you saved up. That's what you said.
Of
I
course,
said
I
where
have
the,
capital and
excuse
credit.
me, no, I said where the seed money comes from. Let's back up because you said you saved up. Where did all the seed money come from? Did you save it all or did you get a loan?
Got a loan, used my credit,
Mm-hmm.
used what
How
I
big?
had saved.
How much was the loan?
On all 4 cars, I have 4 different loans on my cars.
Okay. So you don't own the cars, you're paying on them.
Well, my customers pay them for me, yes.
No, they're in your name, not your customer's name.
Well, yeah, whatever. Yes, I'm
Right.
paying.
So how much was the loan? Did you take a loan from a small business loan from the bank?
No, I just financed my cars through
Right.
my business.
Exactly. So you're over. So let's keep it real. You had a 9 to 5.
Yes.
You saved some money. You went and got a car, then another car, and another car, and another car. But all those cars are not yours. They're still being paid. So it means you have to have, excuse me, means you have to pay full coverage, everything else. And you said you used your credit.
Correct.
So are you cash flow positive?
Yes. My business is profitable.
It's profitable. How much? Okay, I'm gonna ask you a trick question. Are you taking the salary?
Am I taking a salary? I pay myself, yes.
First year business owner. 4 cars on lease.
6 on my
6.
fleet. I own 4.
6 on 4. You pay yourself. No employees, ma'am. Again, I'm trying to look at you. If you think this is a solid business that's going to, okay, I'm going to tell you this way. Take it to Shark Tank and see what happens. Okay. You think if you took this business to Shark Tank, the sharks would invest in it?
Yes. I wouldn't go in there not thinking they wouldn't.
Of course. Right. So if that's the case, could you go back into Bank of America, Chase, any of the large multinational banks and go out and get another loan? Go get a loan.
Yes.
Okay. Then when are you going to start hiring people?
I'm in the process of doing that right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like you got all this to do and you still need 3 years to find a husband. Which one's going to give first? Oops. See, you thought I was going a whole nother way and I went a different direction. No. This is what you said you want. Don't clam up now.
My husband.
Don't clam up now. You got to admit, that's a lot to do. You see, that's the point.
It is a lot. I agree.
And when you ladies stop talking like men don't know what the fuck we're talking about and start understanding that we do bring value and we're not trying to crush your dreams or whatever. I just took what it is you said you wanted and put it in a language that you understand it, and it even made you shut up. That's why you can't be a boss chick and a wife. Not this way. Because what you want is something different. How does this rental car business facilitate you becoming a wife with 2 children that you're staying at home raising? It's homeschooling. How does that business facilitate that? Answer that question. That's fair. That's a fair question.
That is a fair question.
Mm-hmm. The answer is?
I guess when you put it like that, I am more concerned about my protection if my husband were to leave.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to move to the side for a second. I don't know how long you've been watching me, so don't take this personal. Remember what I said. Decisions made in fear, scarcity, and lack tend to reside in anxiety and stress. And fear, scarcity, and lack is what motivates modern women's interaction with men. It's not in good faith. It's always, I gotta protect myself in case the worst happens. But if you look at the numbers, as a business person should, a 50+% divorce rate, 8 out of 10 divorces are initiated by the woman. Men are not leaving. You ladies leave. Even if 8 out of 10, even if half of those were for the worst parts of the Bible, he's beating you up with kittens and having sex with your brother, that still leaves 4 out of 10 marriages that women are walking away from for irreconcilable differences. I'm not happy. Bottom line, the fear you ladies have is you. Because right here, we've just showed that you guys don't think about anything really long term. And you're not cultivating the skills to go 30, 40, 50 years with somebody. You have short-term skills with a man, like most modern women. That's why you have to give yourself insurance, because you, like most modern women, are the variable, not us. So again, the business you're talking about, at the end of the day, if you found the man that you were talking about, that business will go away. And even if it made $100,000, that would be it. It's not something that will continue to run. So does it make more sense to take your time, energy, and your prime years to devote it into something that, by your own admission, you would be willing to give up to raise your own children?
Yeah.
This is like going into student loan debt to go to Princeton or Harvard to get a degree in English. It's useless. I just asked you, how is what you're talking about going to benefit the family? You don't have an answer. And you still are saying yes. That's ego. I'll ask you again, how is this business going to benefit your family?
I guess it would benefit me, myself, more than my family.
How does a woman who's thinking about herself before her family become a good mother and wife?
Who can't, I guess.
I'm asking. I'm just asking the question. So when you said, are you telling me that my life means that I just have to be a wife and mother? Why did you use the modifier just? What's more important than being a mother?
Absolutely nothing.
But is that how you're truly living your life? Is that truly how boss chicks think? I'm asking. Now we're really having a conversation.
I guess not.
So we go back to the beginning. I don't say anything. I say, what do you want? So if you got to the end of life, you got to be 60 years old, and you had a successful rental car business or whatever, but you never married and never had any children, and you were financially set, would you feel like that you have lived a good life?
Probably not, because I'll be lonely.
You got some stuff to think about.
I do.
Because,
you put it into a different perspective for me.
because I wish so many of our women stopped looking at being a wife and mother as handcuffs and diminishing you. We praise entrepreneurialism and business owners more than we talk about mothers and children. But the first thing the entrepreneurial women want to do is be mothers and raise their children. Men have nothing to do with the way you guys think about this. This is your creation. We're dealing with you. And men are saying, I don't want a woman that's like that because I know what I want. And I can't have a woman who comes before her desires come before the family desires and the kids. That's what men are ultimately saying. So I'm glad we were able to at least get to this point. Can you have both? Sure, you can have some semblance of it. There are plenty of women who are married, who have children, and have home-based businesses when they so choose.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not being a boss chick. Boss chicks are the thing we were talking about initially. I want to compete and build a fleet of rental cars and exotic cars. Okay, that's just a different thing. You have to think about what it is you want, not today, 20 years from now. Make sense?
Makes sense. Thank you, Kevin.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
And guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. I think this was fantastic. It was magnificent. And I think this video has gone a long way to prove so many things that make me a statistic. That was just a real statement there, and he responded with, you are a statistic until we decide that you're special. You're just another statistic. You're part of the 8 billion people. And she was arguing she's special. And this is the typical mindset of our black women. This boss chick conversation, I don't mostly want to have this type of conversation because it is irritating hearing our women day in, day out saying, I'm a boss chick, I'm a boss babe, blah, blah, blah. You know, you don't hear other races of women talking about being boss chicks and all that. Oftentimes, when you hear the conversation about boss chicks, it is often our women. Let's keep it real, not trying to be an asshole towards our women or some. Just keeping it real. You don't hear white women calling themselves boss bitches and all those things. They don't. So, you own a car rental company. That makes you a couple of dollars, but that's not a boss. But they put these titles on themselves, and with that, you kind of put yourself in a position whereby you are really not at. Because when you kind of come, and bear in mind that women don't know the differences between even being a boss of a job and also being a wife or in a marriage. You can be a boss at your work, your workplace, whatever the case is. But when you come home as a wife, you best understand that the husband is the head and you are the support system. But they are not able to navigate their way around very well with this type of, positioning, being a boss at job and also being a feminine submissive woman. That is one thing that is hurting our community, and that is, kind of confusion in the heads of our women. They mostly think that if I'm a boss at job, then I'm also a boss at home. I'm also a boss at home, which is not supposed to be the case. You might be competent at your job, and you've been given the position of being a boss. That's fine. But when it comes to marriage, your husband gotta lead you. Your opinions will always be taken into consideration, but boss, I'm a boss. I will consider myself being a boss, babe, blah, blah. No, come on. Why is it that even important? You don't even hear men running around calling themselves bosses and all those things. These things, I don't know how this has been ingrained in our women's head to the point that, like, I'm a boss chick, I'm a boss babe, I'm a blah, blah, blah. If she's making some couple of dollars, and she has seen herself to be a boss. No, you ain't no boss. We have real bosses. The way she speaks and all that is just, like he said, it's arrogant. You are a boss of what? I mean, this doesn't make sense. And the fear thing, I think Kevin Samuels should be studied, man. This man should be studied at all levels, because the things that he said and how he is always able to maneuver his way around with his questions to get you say certain things that if he go directly, you wouldn't answer it how he would want you to answer it. I think it's different level. I think it's top notch. And I don't think it's just talent alone. I think it's just some level of intelligence. Keeping it real. There's some level of IQ you take to do those things. And that statement, you are just another statistic until we make you special. You are not special was a powerful statement. Guys, that's the end of today's video. If you like and enjoyed, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Until we meet in the next one, I'm out. Peace.